Evening. Welcome back to Hobbies and Stuff in the Shed. So tonight we're going to be doing something kind of fun. I'm excited about it. I am entering my jacket into the local fair. So I made this jacket over the winter, and it is from the Creative All Biker Jacket pattern. 100% hand stitched. So this is made from a Crazy Horse buffalo leather that I got at Tandy Leather, and it is all hand stitched. There's um, there's a milled vegetable tan leather, which was about, I believe it was 5 to 7 ounces, and then there's a 3 ounce as well. And then when you flip it over, so I've got a patch with my logo on it, and I lined it with orange and black plaid flannel. I am very, very proud of this jacket. This was about 4 months of work off and on, evenings and weekends, to make that jacket. Very, very, very proud of that thing. So I thought, why not enter it into the fair? They have a category for jackets, and in the instruction book said not fleece. I think this counts as not fleece. So, in order to enter the jacket in the fair, I need to make a fabric swatch. So this is my first time doing one of those, so I really don't know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm gonna kind of figure it out as I go. But I wanted to show you something really cool. So check this out. Okay. So here's my fishing scale. To give you an idea of how big this jacket, how much this jacket weighs. Check that out. It's only about 7, 8 pounds. Pretty awesome. Yeah, only 7 pounds. So, what we need to do, I have got over here a couple scraps of the two styles of leather that I used for this and the fabric. So what I'm going to do is never really made a swatch before, so I'm just going to try and like do a stitch line down the side so that you can like have them together kind of like that. Excuse me. And it says that it has to be secured to the jacket. It's suggested using a safety pin. I think I'm going to use a key ring. So anyway, give me a moment. I'm going to put the camera up on my stand, and I'll be right back. Okay, so in order to do this, I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see here, so that's a roughly straight edge, that's a roughly straight edge. So I'm going to start by doing a stitch line down here, and I'm going to do a small line of glue along there for our fabric to go like that. So let's get my glue. Okay, so here is a little bit of glue. And here is a scrap of fabric. Okay, and we'll just leave that there for a minute. Now, next, I'm going to take our wing dividers, and I'm going to give this a fairly generous margin here. I'm just going to mark a line roughly about where that glue is. Okay. And, oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit of glue on here as well. And, oh, I have a rougher. Scratch that, I do not have a rougher, but I do have a utility knife. So this will have to do the trick. So I'm just going to do a light scraping along here to give me a little bit of a rough edge for that glue to hook into. Okay. And then we take our bead with our glue and we'll put it right there. There. And that should hold us tight enough while we're doing our stitching chisels. Okay, stitching chisels. Now if I remember right, I'm pretty sure that I used my 3mm chisels when I did that jacket. And I'm also pretty sure I did orange thread. Yeah, orange thread. Okay, so we're just gonna work our way down our stitch line here. Okay, and let's see here. Yeah, so that way you'll have, so on this swatch you'll have our, so this is the leather that the collar pieces are made out of. This is the leather that the body of the jacket is made out of, and then this is the lining on the inside. So that sort of makes sense. Those are the three main pieces that are on this jacket. Okay, so now I just need to sew that up. Okay. And I think anybody watching this already knows how to do a saddle stitch. I don't need to go over that. So I'm going to pause the video here, and I'll come back once I have that done. So give me a couple of minutes. It's what, 25 to 9? Let's see how long it takes. See you in a minute. And we're back. And it's only... not too bad. I did that in about six minutes. Awesome. So, I'm going to trim this off here. Get out my trusty Zippo. Okay. So, as I was doing this, I was reminded of when you see all the stitching that's on that jacket. If by now I don't know how to do a quick saddle stitch line, then I am doing something wrong. Okay, so I'm going to trim this swatch a little bit here in order to make it just a little bit neater, well, relatively neater. So let's just do this, and give it a little trim here. There. Okay, so now when the folks at the fair come along to judge my jacket, they'll see the two different types of leather and my fabric swatch. Awesome. Okay, so next I need to have a way to secure this to the jacket. So I think I've got just the thing. I'm going to use this keyring, and then I'll put it through the zipper on the jacket. Okay, so I need to make a hole here. So let's grab a hole punch. Let's set this for the biggest hole that I can that's on this punch. Okay, there we go. And let's put our ring through the hole. There we go. Perfect. So now, all I gotta do is put this on my coat. Alright, and there we have it. Got my leather fabric swatch here, hanging off the key ring of my jacket. Not too bad, eh? What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to my Reddit post where I had a bunch more photos of this. But I'm so excited to see what this is going to do at the fair, if I'm going to win a prize or anything. Because, like, look at the stitching. I am very, very proud of all the miles of straight stitching that I did on this thing. And it's hard to tell without looking really close at it, but when you get up close, if you pay attention, you'll even notice that I made sure that the same side is always on top of the other sides. So the right one always goes from right to left, and the left one always goes from left to right on top of the bottom one. It's one of those super tiny details that you only would notice if you stand an inch away from this thing. But yeah, this jacket, it was a big project to do, and I'm very glad that I did it, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens at the fair if I get any kind of prize or anything like that. Yeah, Crazy Horse buffalo leather, only weighs 7 pounds. Anyway, that's it for tonight here at Hobbies and Stuff in the Shed. Wish me luck. If you're in the area, if you're in Lindsay in the next week, come check out the fair. Maybe you'll see me. Safe travels.